James from Maniacs, and I'm here with Toby from GCT Studios, the makers of Bushido. How are you doing, Toby? You alright?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, we're here at the Games Expo 2014 at the Hilton Hotel in Birmingham. So, just to give new players, just like a general rundown, what is Bushido as a game?
Yeah, sure. Bushido is a 34mm Orient-inspired fantasy combat game. It's played out on a 2x2 board. Use your models in your warband, about 5 to 10 models to achieve scenarios and win objectives against an opponent. Uses a quite unique dice mechanic whereby you have a combat wheel and choose how many dice to put in attack, how many dice to put in effect, and within that mechanic as well there's a mechanism whereby you can spend those dice to perform feats of kind of throwing your opponent to the ground or punching across the room or cutting their head off. So it's got kind of a lot of cinematic, thematic nature to it that helps tell a story when you're playing the game.
Yeah, I noticed that when we're playing, like, there's a lot of synergies within the factions. Like, for example, Colt has Fear and Rise, Item has like reflexes and poisons. We knew this faction, which is Silver Moon, which I mean, it's kind of hard to tell a synergy really. Is there like an ideal synergy for them? Would you have an ideal synergy for them?
I mean, when part of the design of the game is that when we set about concepting, thinking about faction, what we'll do is we want to convey a certain game experience. So when you play the monks, it's a very kind of synergistic, buffing, cooperative feel that we want to reflect the faction, the ethos of the samurai snake faction, they're about hitting hard, or hitting, kind of scampering out things, and we felt that's quite reflective of kind of snake the Silver Moon is a bit of a tricky one because they take elements of control from the pulp, doing the kind of the control tokens, the denial, all that kind of stuff, and kind of with the kind of combat ability of some of the other martial kind of factions. So I think as more models are released, you'll see their playstyle more. But they're an interesting one because I think their playstyle is dictated more with the special cards and the denial of it. I think they're quite a strong denial faction.
Yeah, I've noticed that they have a lot, denial. Yeah, they have really good denial to bring you down to average playing field so they can match you at it.
Yeah, so although they don't excel in combat like a lot of the other factions, or they don't excel in chief feats, or they don't excel in having high armour, what they do excel at is being able to kind of bring you down or deny you things.
So in the rulebook there are 4 other factions that are yet to be released. Tengu, the Drone Pirates, the Minamoto, and the Stonehold. I can't pronounce it. Bushido Power. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about any of those factions, or a bit of background story or concept?
I mean, what we wanted to do is when we were writing the world, we felt it was quite cool. We created a world that people could immerse themselves in, and that people could believe in, people could understand, and that way it would enhance the game experience. People could imagine themselves playing out these kind of cinematic combats within this world. So it was important for us to have it kind of fleshed out so people weren't surprised when new things happen, and also it gives people knowing what's coming in the future, it gives a bit of foresight of what's happening. So we've got the Tengu, who in Bushido, the Tengu are virtual mountains, and they've been out of the combat for a while, but they're going to be kind of drawn into it in the near future. And they're quite cool, and then each of the Tengu is represented by a different bird type. So you've kind of got these very noble, excelling sword fighters and eagle type Tengu. You've got the kind of crow Tengu, owl Tengu, and each of these represents a different part of the society. So kind of the sages and the Shugenja on a certain class, which is a certain type of person. Which is quite cool. So they're coming out. You've got the Minamoto, who obviously the hardened samurai clan in the west of Jewel Islands, in the Iron Islands, and they're kind of very robust, very tough, very direct. Bushido, obviously the one of the former clans, the rulers, the eagles, who have been scattered to the kind of forward, and they're kind of fighting on much more kind of grassroots rebellion type level, but they'll be making it back. And the Drone Pirates. There's a lot of the kind of lesser factions as well, the smaller clans, and different things that might come out if you read through the fluff. It alludes to other, maybe we would do kind of smaller releases for kind of specific character or things.
As last we noticed, between the gap of item and Silver Moon, there were 5 waves between them both, and it's been 5 to 6 waves now. Is that going to be like a recurring pattern? Like, could we be expecting a faction relatively soon, or was it just something?
Pay more attention than me, James, honestly. We've got a lot of things in the works, and obviously we're still a relatively young company and our resources have to be allocated where we feel that what won't happen is that we won't skip releases. Everything that we just get, we'll always release something every 2 months. We're working on some new factions right now, and we hope to get them out as soon as possible. But it's a process like everything, we want to make sure that we put something out in the content that not only is a robust product that people want to own, but also gameplay-wise, there's a lot goes into making sure that when something comes out, it's balanced. Because we don't want to have the latest things that we want people to be able to enjoy the product that they've bought.
Rather than wait for a pathetic product, rather than just bring out something that's a bit.
We'd rather take a little bit longer and yet do something that we're really confident is good than rush it out and then, oh, sorry guys.
So, speaking of new factions, do you know which faction will be next for us?
Yeah, it'll be the Tengu.
Will it be Kickstarter, not like the item, or was that just something just to quickly get that faction out, and now that you've got enough resources, like you're still doing short?
I mean, essentially, when we did at that time for GCT, that was the most appropriate avenue to go down in terms of funding to get it out. So, like you said, so at that juncture, it was a different opportunity for us to be able to put something out in which we didn't need to go down Kickstarter. I wouldn't imagine the Tengu would be Kickstarter. We just don't need to.
And then the most recent element of the games is mercenary models you've now introduced.
The Rolling, yes.
Which are pretty cool. But how hard is it to create a model that suits 2 factions or more than 2 factions? Is it quite conceptually and mechanically in the game?
I mean, I think it works quite easily actually. It's something that what we want to do is we want to enable more variety within the game. And one of the things that we've wanted to try for a while, I mean, a couple of different ways in which we thought about doing it, was introducing these kind of rolling types, these plain brothers factions. And the models in which we brought out, like the Grey Pilgrim, the story is a walkthrough from the Rhine to the temple, and she can play an evening. So it's quite easy actually in terms of game balance and game fit, that you can have models in multiple factions. And obviously it gives people the ability to use the model across different armies. But it's something we wanted to try out. We've tried it out. It won't be necessarily a regular thing. To coincide at the moment. You want to make sure that everyone's got opportunities to kind of explore these quite unique.
Speaking of that, the only people who haven't got opportunity are Cult and Savage Wave, and we are aware that there will be one coming soon.
In August.
Can you give us conceptually or any clues to what it might be? Or
a character called Taishu Tenbatsu, who is a samurai who has been corrupted. He's got 2 cursed swords, and depending on which sword is controlling him, he has different abilities in the game.
I can't wait for that, sorry. That just sounds...
Concepts are in the book.
Is it in the book?
Not in the book, it's in the art. We've got them.
Oh, in the art. I'll look at that later. Let's see what other questions. And then, one other thing to notice is how, with these merc models coming out, Ryu hasn't had their own individual releases. They had in Samu, but then the other 2 merc models they didn't. Is that because you're currently building something really big for Ryu, or is it just...
I mean, it just happened that was how it fell. So they've had a release of all the rolling models and played for Ryu. So no one's missed out. But at the same time, there's some interesting things coming.
And then the new element that you've actually introduced is rewards, is the new attack and defense cards. Can you explain to us how did they work?
I mean, it's quite easy. It's just an element of the game that we thought we could explore a bit more, and we could add a new avenue to it in terms of the bluff element. and it's not going to be hugely game impacting, it's not going to be game breaking, but for those who want to, it's going to have a little element of fluffing, it cleans it up a tiny bit as well, in that you put the attack and defense card down that you want to perform, and then you have that effective dice pool that you're going to roll as you would normally, and instead of declaring it, you don't need to now, because it's already down. So you roll, flip it over, and resolve
so it's more of a secret when the arcade dice is where you don't really know what they're doing, So it's not a necessity, but something like a little extra people want.
Exactly. It's a little bonus. It's a nice little thing that people can try out and play with it.
Have you guys at Bushido thought about releasing like official markers or even a terrain?
We're in the process of talks with a number of different companies about producing the tokens. But like with anything, it's putting something out there that you're confident is a good product, and it's also robust in terms of we need to make sure that it can be profitable for us and we're able to put it out.
And then just the last question, can you give us any hints to any models in the future that you're really excited about releasing?
Concepting of the Tengu is really exciting, quite excited about that. There's a couple of really cool models. We're working with some new sculptors at the moment. I'm quite excited to see what they do with a couple of concepts. There's a new Gahugahan, the goons for the Silver Moon. There's another animal handler, she comes with a big white leopard, which I think is really cool. I can't wait to see that as a model. There's a big Oni coming out who's wielding the Tory arch. I think when he comes out, people will be quite excited about him. So there's lots of cool models coming out.
Alright, well, this is James from Maniacs and Toby from GCT. Thank you very much.
Cheers.